What's up, Brad? All day vape. What's up? What's up? What's up, Mark? What's up, King? Work was work. Work was long. What's up, Wes? Potent Builder. What's up? I'm not gonna get into any giveaway stuff right now. We'll go over it on Tuesday. I just don't feel like getting into it. I don't have anything ready. I kind of felt like just coming on and building. Had a long week. I'm kind of beat, but I still felt like building. What's up, Bones? But you know, the giveaway's still on. Go if you haven't got in on it. Go over to the what's up, Paul? Yes, Pure Adamus does give tracking. If you ordered it late Friday or Saturday, you won't get tracking until Monday. But yeah, next Saturday's the drawing. So Tuesday we'll go over everything. What else was added? But everything that I said last video still stands. Next weekend's the drawing. If you ain't in it, go to the Mask RDA video first. I don't think I've seen it yet, Brad. It's 9 p.m. where I'm at, King. What's up, Casey? So I gotta build coils for a buddy of mine. So that's what I was gonna do. And if I get done that in a decent time, then I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just too beat. I did want to build, I did want to come live, but I don't want to make it a very long video. But if I get that done in a good amount of time, I gotta like install some coils and some RDAs. I have these sticks sitting here still that have to be installed so I could take some pictures. So that's what else I was gonna do. What's up, Rich? Sub-Ohm, what's up? Oh, it's 2 a.m. where you're at, huh? So yeah, you must be in like the UK then, or something. Wait, 2 a.m. Nah, who knows where you're at? The UK, it should be around 12. Wait, no, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, you're in the UK, yeah. It's 6 p.m. in Washington. Manchester. So I'm vaping a Goon version 1 on this AV. My wicks are dirty as shit. I got them alien staggertons in here. Them alien stags, not staggertons. Them alien stags. So it's basically a 5-core 28 gauge nichrome. And I'm vaping Pound Town lemon pound cake. And I am absolutely in love with this juice right now. Vape Militia, what's up? Vape Militia has a YouTube channel also, guys, so go check that out. I know he's just kind of getting started, but He does have a channel. Yeah, I mean, I've been vaping this for 2 days, and it's certainly dirty. Yeah, and Vape 02 has the new Pound Town. That's where I got this. Parts of a hybrid naked. Yeah, I know how. Vape Militia. But to leave so with 2 wraps naked, I mean, how I do my naked staples is I basically I basically make a staple coil with a spaced wrap on it, and then I wrap up the coil, and then I use these and my really fine point tweezers to take the space clapton off. So if you're doing a hybrid, only do them 2 wraps space clapton. If you go to my Coil Wars section in my feed, there's actually a picture of how I did my hybrid, my naked hybrid. There's a picture of how I wrapped it in there. DM me and I'll show you. DM me on Instagram and I'll show you the picture. But yeah. I'm gonna have to make it. Oh shit! I'm gonna have to make a naked staple tutorial sometime, because I definitely do them different than other people. I think I do them in a better way than other people. So yeah, lots of people like that video. Yeah, I don't like that drill in the coil. It's going to leave little shards of metal in there, and I know even if you have an ultrasonic cleaner, I just don't like it. And yeah, you can't do it with a hybrid. Let me see how good I get this done, and I'm not going to make it staple here, but I could at least show you how I started off. So, no Frappuccino. I quit Frappuccinos. I quit Frappuccinos. I'm trying to watch what I eat and drink. Well, I still drink Starbucks. I just don't drink the Frappuccinos. I'm just no sugar and no cream in my coffee. Just black coffee. No soda, no iced tea. Yeah, I get these shirts, like any Star Wars shirt you see me wear, and that Halloween Jack shirt. That's all Five Below shirts. Get them for $5 at Five Below. They have some pretty cool shirts there. They don't last a long time, but for $5. I always pick up one when I'm there. Why? What did you hear about Starbucks a couple months ago? If it's not too long to write. So I'm using 27 gauge nichrome frames, and I'm making a Frailian with with an Interlock Alien wrap. So I'm going to do stainless steel cores. Stainless steel ribbon, rather. So I just give it a little stretch to straighten it and cut. And this is going to be what is this going to be? I guess it's going to be a 8-ply. So I need 4 pieces of ribbon at 16 inches. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't hear that. Most of the Starbucks near me, the one I go to in the morning, I actually helped build. I was the carpenter on the job. One of the carpenters on the job. So I know the owner, and he just hires local people. Alright, so I got 4 pieces of stainless steel ribbon here. So before I get started with that, I'm going to get myself some 40 gauge out and ready. There's some 40 gauge here. Get me some water. And then I'm going to grab my ribbon. I'm also going to make sure that I have my hot glue and lighter, which is kind of not absolutely needed, but sometimes I'm scrolled up and then And what's up, Rick? What's up, Jason? So I'm just running my fingers down with a little bit of water on them. Got 4 pieces of ribbon. Then I'm going to grab both ends. Mixing supplies this week. New drill next week. Yeah, I might need another drill soon. I think I'm starting to burn out mine. Mine's been making funny noises. It's getting to be a year old, I think, so it's probably about that time. So I wrapped up the loop after I got it nice and neat. Now I'm going to run my fingers down again, get a little bit more water. A good place to get a squonk for under 100. If you don't mind getting a clone, 3F Vape sells some clones, squonk boxes. They got the Franken Skull. They got I think they got a couple different squonks that are clones over there. There isn't many squonks that are under 100. They've always been expensive, squonks. They're getting a little cheaper now. But they've always been a high-end product. I don't know why. I don't know why they're so fucking expensive. Alright. Now I'm going to get my 27 gauge. Bend it in half. Yeah, that Franken Skull clone, the bottle is kind of a little tight. You could like put it in warm water and work it out a little bit, but it's probably better off just getting a nice bottle. They sell bottles, I think they're called silk bottles. Some company sells. And they're really soft. Hence the name. So now I got my 27 gauge loop over my ribbon loop. I wrap that up there. And I just go a couple inches down and do another 40 gauge wrap. Handmade coils, what's up? And then I slide it all the way down to the end. Now that I got both ends ready to go, I'm going to hot glue both ends. So I noticed on my feed I haven't done just a plain old Interlock Alien yet, so that's one of the reasons I picked this. Another reason is because the buddy that I'm making these for has had the same build before and he really liked it, and they look cool still. They vape great. Vaping Bachelor, what's up? Oh, and the Resistance crew has added another member. In case you guys didn't see, Big Bang is now part of the Resistance crew. Yeah, the conspiracy you have to put together. Like it comes all apart. You got to put it together. I was gonna buy it actually this weekend. I was online buying a couple things, and it was just a little more expensive than I thought. So it's gonna have to wait another week. I think it was like $65, $67. It seems worth it, but I just thought, you know, it would be a little cheaper. But I'm still buying it. Oh yeah, Greg? It's your favorite RDA? It would have to be good for me to like it over the Goon version 1. I'm seriously thinking about buying the revolver. There ain't nothing wrong with this USO meters, but it's just, I don't know. I really just haven't been liking what I was seeing with online. I don't really even want to get into it, but I almost feel some kind of way sporting USO meters right now. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh yeah, 15% off sale this weekend. The revolver's a really good idea. I mean, anybody that's been watching me live for a little bit knows what I used to say about the spin LT and how much I like it, but you know, you always have to stay level and on the same plane. So the revolver it's pretty smart. Yeah, that was funny. Alright, so now I gotta make my interlock. So the revolver is so the spin LT, like stuff like the spin LT. All right, it's just a swivel coming out that you can mount. Now the revolver, if you, let's say if I spin, let me try to show you. Let's say if I'm spinning this and it's spinning and I go this way, it gets binded up and it doesn't spin properly. All right. If I go this way, it doesn't spin properly. If you go up, it doesn't spin properly. Down, it doesn't spin properly. You got to be on the absolute center right here. You got to be up and down the proper way and this way the proper way. The revolver, it rotates this way and that. So if you go this way or that, you're good. Up and down, you still got to figure out, I believe. But this way and that, you're good because it turns with it. And I think it's got like kind of an upgraded swivel. I think it may be ceramic. I'm not sure. Yeah, but the up and down isn't a big deal. So because with the up and down, usually what people do is they'll either screw it to a board like I got here, or to the desk and they leave their drill down, or they'll clip it in a vise and they can do that. So it has a universal elbow on it. Yeah. All right, so now to go around this stack, I think I'm going to do 24 gauge. So I got 3 pieces of 24 here glued together. And I usually just put that up to my stack that I think I'm going to alien with 24. And just make sure that that's what I want to do. Usually I have 25 on me, so if it looks a little smaller, I'll go 25. If it looks a little bigger, I'll go 22, 23 if I have it. But it looks like 24 is going to be perfect, and the math makes sense that 24 would work too. So this is 8 pieces of 0.4 and 2 pieces of 27, and 24 should alien around this perfectly. But I'm making an interlock alien, so even if it's a little big, I'll be all right. So I'm going to get a piece of 24 gauge. And this is 24 right here, I believe. Yeah, this is 24 gauge. I already have some ready. All right. Got 24. I'm going to get my drill. All right. So since I have a swivel on here, I can go this way and that, but only the swivel's going to turn. Forged in wire, what's up? Alright, so I'm doing my interlock alien with 38 gauge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clapton up this wire halfway. This is how I do my interlock alien. So I got 12 inches of wire, 12 plus 5, 17 inches. So at about 8.5 inches, I could stop claptoning. So I got my drill in the clockwise motion. Oh, I went 9 inches up. Hopefully that's fine. So now I'm going to cut this, leave about 2 inches on. I'm going to grab this here, put my drill in reverse, count to 3, and reverse my drill. 1, 2, 3. So now this should be loose, and it is. I gotta change my battery. And now I'm going to take my 38 gauge. I'm going to bring it back down to my drill. Put it in my chuck again. And I'm going to clapton again and go inside the gaps of the first clapton. It'll pretty much do it by itself. Just get a good start on it. Make sure you switch your drill to the forward position again. Put a little bit of pressure on it. And it'll just go right in between the clapton wire. Just an easy way to make a parallel clapton. And since you're adding another wire, this is going to double in size. Alright. Now I'm going to hold this one before I cut it, just so I can keep track of it. Put my drill in reverse and reverse it and count to 3 to loosen up just this one. 1, 2, 3. So now they should be pretty much as loose as each other. And now I'm going to hold both in reverse. And now they're both sliding up and down this 24 gauge. Loosen it a little more just to make it easy on myself. And now I could cut the 24. And slide the parallel Clapton off. And I got my decor for an Interlock Alien. Put my 24 to the side. I really wanted to make 2 of these just in case. But fuck it. I'm going to try to just do it right the first time. So first I'm going to go down to this end. I didn't start earlier than normal. Everybody's saying that. I started later. I usually go on at 8:30. I went on at 9 today. Maybe last week I came on late. I forget. I'm going to hot glue both sides so my interlock stays together when I stretch it. So I'm just heating up my hot glue. And I'm going to hot glue a good amount of this. I'm going to come down to this end and do the same thing. Just about 1/8 of an inch hot glue. All right. So I ended up taking a scrap piece of 0.4 and making a little slider on there. I didn't really mention that. I was talking about something else as I was doing it. But I did that. The Rig V3, huh? There's been a lot of lemon vapes coming out, and I like it. Yeah, I think the broadside's the best I've found. All right. Yeah, I would suggest the broadside. The only reason why I haven't been using it is because I'm too lazy to clean it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I was actually thinking about just doing a video of how I clean it too. What I use. Alright. So I got my drill in reverse, because I did this interlock in forward. Yeah, the other thing I'm vaping is the Noisy Cricket 2, which I really been loving, and another goon on top. I've been using my goons all week. That's what I've been using, these two setups. Basically because those had the cleanest builds on it in the beginning of the week. And that has Killer Custard Strawberry. Yeah, they're both the V1s. I mean, these are actually my two oldest goons I have. I suggest the Noisy Cricket so you could try out a parallel mod for very cheap. I paid, this is in parallel right now. I wasn't even sure what it was in. It's like a 0.12 build. It's a 6-wrap alien. Yeah, this is the tips that actually 528 Customs had on their site. I forget what company it is, but that's like my favorite drip tip. All right. It's definitely better than the first one. It's more reliable. So I'm going to clamp my alien to my table. Make sure I get that hot glue clamped. And then I'm going to take the other end, pinch the hot glue, and walk it out. It may be a half moon. I think it is. All right. I think I stretched it the proper amount. Basically, just look at the S and see if it's the same size as my core. I pretty much play a guessing game when it comes to stretching. Let's try to use my experience in stretching and hope that I get it the proper way. You could also kind of take it to this and line it up and see if you got it. It looks pretty good. So now I hand wrap it backwards on the core. Make sure the drill's in reverse. I'm going to start off slow and try to see if my stretch looks good. Slide my slider down a little bit. Let's see if I can't get a nice little close-up on it. And shit, I think my... Oh no, it's here. Good. Interlock is basically two aliens, and they just interlock with it. You see, it's two. I guess I should have explained that. You see how there's two wires coming into it? So there's two aliens, and they just interlock into each other as they go around. And how you want to do this is you almost want to lead it like you're spacing it, because then they kind of fall to where you need to space it. They fall next to each other on the sides and on top of each other in the middle. Just like any alien, it's about the stretch and the lead. It's definitely easier on a frame staple than 3 round cores, because you don't have to worry about the round cores going anywhere as you're doing it. It doesn't vape much different, but it vapes really good. Not much different than a frame staple alien. More just for looks. Ah. Yep, it's all about practice. Practice, practice. Practice and prep. It's fucking pouring over here. Jesus Christ. I need to go check something. I had to make sure the windows were closed. So that 8 inches, 16 inches that I did is very much so good enough to get 2 coils. The one I did a little spaced, and then I started getting tighter when I went faster down here. So I kind of got a spaced one and a not so spaced one. So I'll show you what the whole stick looks like, and I'll show you what the stretch looked like. This is good practice for enigmas. If you could do these, you're pretty close to being able to do enigmas. It's damn near the same thing. Enigmas are a little trickier, but so you could see I did it a little space. You could tell by the frames there's a space in between. Get a piece of paper. Yeah, this is more space down here. But then, as I went on, I started closing in my angle and going a little faster. It gets a lot tighter. Which I kind of like how they both look, really. And that's about as tight as you could get it right there. Hell a day. Yeah, I guess you need a lot of time. So here's what my decor looks like. You kind of want them to look together like this. But if it looks like that, it's no big deal, because once it gets up to the wire, it will come together. Yeah, sometimes you gotta make time. But alright, I gotta wrap these up. So I'm gonna put them around a 3mm bit. I'm not sure if I'm guessing they're going to be a 5 rep. 4 reps probably going to be too low. And since it's still a little early, I'll prep a naked frame staple so you guys can kind of see how I do it. I'm just going to be quick about it. But first I got to find my wrapping tool. .4 stainless steel, 8 pieces. Alright. I don't know where the fuck my rod is. I think I took one downstairs, but I still... Here's one. So, just like always, how I wrap. The ribbon I ordered is 0.4 by 0.1. That's the same thing as what I'm using. 0.4. That's what ribbon is it's 0.1 by something. 0.1 by 0.4 is a great ribbon to begin building with and end with. It's just it's probably the best ribbon you could use. So I take my needle noses, grab the piece, get the rod right on top of it, push it down. Kind of banged up that lead a little bit. I don't really like it when that happens, but And here's it tighter. The tighter looks definitely better if you get it all uniform. I didn't really get the tightness uniform. I probably should have just stayed doing it spaced. But they look good. I'm not complaining. These things are pretty badass. Alright. So I'm gonna get a frame staple. Actually, I may have one prepped already. That would be pretty sweet if I could find that. Where the fuck is that? I think I had like a big frame staple ready to go. Yep. Here it is. This was like the end bit of something I did last week. So if I just finish the prep on it.
Well, you know there's still stuff here, right?
Yep. Is your mom home?
No.
Yeah, I'll be done live soon, so.
So you want adventure time?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can make. Oh! Are we gonna make that slime video?
One day, yeah.
You'll be down there soon?
Mm-hmm.
How soon?
I don't know. Soon.
Like an hour?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Hi, live!
Where is my... There it is. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't lock the door. They'll get you every time. sniff it out. Ah, the door's not locked. I can smell it. Alright. So, I have a prepped frame staple here. So this is just a single coil, but that'll actually help me kind of explain how I do this. So even with a regular naked staple, I almost measure it as if I was doing a hybrid, but I'm not doing a hybrid. I'm just doing a regular. This is if I just wanted to do a naked staple, naked frame staple. All right. So let's say I want to do 5 wraps around a 3mm. If you go back to the method I use for hybrids, each wrap is a 1/2 inch, give or take. So if I want 5 wraps, I need 2.5 inches of 5 wraps, and then after that's leads. So leads are usually about 1 inch long. You could leave them a little longer if you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 40 gauge is the best to use for a naked. So what I do is I clapton the entire lead and I leave it claptoned. You don't have to make the lead naked. It's actually going to help you if the lead's not naked. You want it actually to be wrapped up because it helps it keep it together. If you make the whole thing naked, it's liable to fall apart a lot easier. So what I want to do is clapton up about 1 inch, leave 2.5 inches for my 5 wraps space wrapped, and then clapton the rest for my last lead. It'll all make sense once I finish it up. So if you just watch what I do, you'll understand it when I'm done. But these things do take time to strip naked, so I'm not going to go through the whole process. But you'll get the drift until I get a video out there of it. For now, this should explain it. So I'm just going to do a clapton up the wire as if I was just doing a frame staple. 40 gauge. Make sure everything's copacetic. Alright, so I got about 1 inch claptoned. So that's going to be my lead. I'm going to have to make this a 4 wrap in order to get my point across here. Alright, so I need to space wrap 2 inches if I want a 4 wrap. So I'm just going to open up my angle a bit. You don't want to space it too much, but you want to space it a good amount. Let me see if I can get a close-up of this. Alright, so now I'm going to check my measurement and see if I got 2 inches yet. I need a little more. And then I could full clapton it again. Alright. What's up, Dwayne? So it's good enough. .06 isn't considered safe if you have nice batteries. Personally, I vape it, but it's a risk. So I'm in Philadelphia, PA. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I got going on here. Let me just cut off the bad shit. Exactly, handmade coils. You're only pulsing when you're vaping on a mech. So this space is what I'm going to end up stripping to make it naked. But this full clapton is going to be my leads. It's going to hold that wire together after I strip it. Well, a pulse is considered, anything. I think it's like 20, 30 seconds. So even if, like, nobody holds the button longer than a pulse. Like, this is a .07 build on here right now. A .08, I'm sorry. But even if it was a .06, keep your batteries charged. Don't drain them all the way, because then it starts to get a little unsafe. But, like, that's as long as I'm dragging, and that's considered a very short pulse. I mean, pulsing doesn't just mean that's what we think pulsing means, but All right. So now I gotta wrap this coil up. So same as always, just like with any staple. I'm gonna grab down here. And now this is space wrap, so you do have to be careful when you wrap this. It may want to get funky on you since it's spaced. That's why it's probably good to just do closer spacing and take a little more time to strip it. But once you start stripping it, it does go fairly quickly once you get it started and you get on the roll. Alright, you want to get it nice and tight because you're not going to really be able to play with this until you heat it up. So just get them wraps tight. The tighter you get them wraps, the nicer the naked staple's going to look. Alright, so now I got my 4 wraps. Space Claptoned. But my leads are full Clapton. I've tried N90, but not from them. I've tried Mad Rabbit, or is it called Mad Rabbit wire? Alright. So now, you just keep it on the rod. It's good to have some up-close goggles for this. But let me just try to get a close-up and show you guys how I end up doing this. Alright. So the first thing I do is I get up in there with something like these tweezers, something pointy. Maybe a safety pin works too. I've used that before. I just want to break one of these pieces of 40. You see that? Once you break one, it gets real easy. You go to the one above it and you kind of pull it and it will pull out. Let me get this zoomed in. Come on. See that? I just pulled it Look how long that piece is because I pulled it from all the way around it. And then you go from the next one up. You keep plucking and pulling. And it takes time. But eventually, just remember, you don't want to put too much pressure on it because you want it to look clean at the end. Alright, so what happens is sometimes you got to go in there with some sharp close cutters and cut some off. You could do that. Sorry, I keep going out of screen. And once you get further into the process, alright, you want to have like a 3mm flathead or 3mm Phillips. And you go in there and do this on the inside. And then you like tap it down and get some of the strands that are inside out. You want to make sure that you get everything that's inside there out of there too. But if you pull, it should come out from the inside. You can snip and pull. Snip and pull. So another good thing you could do with these is instead of doing that space Clapton, a spaced alien works really good too. It actually, I think it just makes it easier to pull. It seems like it sits up off the coil a little bit more at a certain point. I've always had more success with these when I did a spaced alien rather than a space Clapton. I wish I had a 3mm screwdriver here because doing this helps a lot. You see inside there, them little pieces, you got to get them out before you vape this. I'm just going to give this like 2 more minutes and probably going to call the video in a bit. I don't really feel like installing any coils right now. All right. Alright, let me just show you guys what this looks like, and I'm not gonna sit here and keep doing this. I imagine it's not too much fun to watch. But I think I can give you a kind of a good idea of what it looks like when it's done. Alright, Forge and Wire. Clean as fuck coils, thanks for hanging out. So you see there's just metal shards from me doing that. So you really want to clean these coils if you plan on vaping them. Here's what the back of the coil looks like right now. I end up getting that all cleaned up too. As you can see, it would come out pretty clean. Let's see what the middle looks like real quick. Yeah, see, there's shit that has to come out. I really like how they vape. Some people don't, but most people I ask do like it. I really like them. They're great for mech. Couldn't you just not wrap? No. Have you ever wrapped a staple when it was fully wrapped? No, it's not possible. Most people can't wrap a staple when it's fully wrapped in Clapton. It's hard to wrap it just spaced. It won't wrap. The ribbons will fall over. Ribbon doesn't want to stand on its 0.1 side. It's like a piece of paper. It wants to sit down on its big side. When this concept came out, there was a lot of people that were trying it. Unsuccessful. Yeah, holiday. So the way other guys were doing it, so they would completely Clapton the entire coil. And the tutorial for this build didn't come out for months. Yeah, the tutorial for this build didn't come out for months. So there was only a couple people besides the people that made it that actually figured out a way to do it. So I did it this way, and I just imagined that's how the guys were doing it. But the way they were doing it is they were completely Clapton in it and then putting a drill bit on the end of their drill. A drill bit the same size as the coil inside diameter. And then they were actually drilling out the Clapton wire. And it makes all these little shards, and you kind of have to do the same thing I'm doing anyway. So, I was actually pretty glad when I seen that tutorial because I just thought my way was better. So sometimes when people don't share how they do things, it may work out for you because you end up figuring out your own way. And maybe it's better than the way that the first person thought of it. And then when I started putting naked staples and hybrids, like before Coil Wars, people were like, wait, how did you drill that out? I said, I've never drilled them out. I imagine this was just how it was done. I didn't know they were taking a metal drill bit and actually drilling out the centers. Yeah, that's the video I'm talking about. It's the two people that invented it are Omine and Zeke, EKG. They were the first two to come out with the build. And if you go over on Free the Staple hashtag, you'll see that I was like the third guy to do it. Not after them. I was like, there was three guys after them, and then I did it. And it was without a tutorial, without anybody telling me how it was done. I just figured out how to do it, and it ended up being a completely different way of how they were doing it. But I think I'm actually almost finished this now. I'll finish the rest of it up tomorrow or something. Finish cleaning it up. It's usually what I do with this build is I do a little and then I come back to it later because it is just a long process and you don't want to rush it and then be vaping on metal. Actually, I think yeah, you have to ultrasonic clean. Ultrasonic clean is how I would clean this one. The only other thing I do is a toothbrush and dishwash detergent. That's how I clean all of them. Even when I do ultrasonic, I put dishwash detergent in it the first cycle, and then I rinse it and put warm water only in the second cycle. But I used to do just a toothbrush, dishwash detergent, rinse it off, and then rinse off the toothbrush and just build that for alien. Oh, what's up, Ian? Welcome. I haven't even got to talk to you since you came to the team. I was just telling people earlier in the video that we got a new member in the Resistance crew, and that's Ian, Big Bang. We're glad to have him. I haven't got to welcome him yet. It's like the first time we're talking since he became a member. Definitely go check out his page. He's got some killer builds and really nice pictures. Takes really good pictures. All right. I think I'm pretty much done. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I don't know nothing about cameras, what's a good camera and what's not. Yep, for sure, Ian. I'll be in the group chat at some point tonight or tomorrow. I just been working a lot. I'm usually in there all the time. I do it with a camera phone. Camera phones are awesome. The cameras on phones are very good cameras. Lots of people think that they're not as good as regular cameras, but they're good fucking cameras on these phones nowadays. I think lots of people have a problem just knowing how to use a camera, knowing how to get good lighting, stuff like that. Yeah, I would say that taking pictures is about 90% lighting. The macro lens I'm using is a $5 macro lens. This is it. Got it at Five Below. I've bought them online for $5-10. I've bought a big one and didn't like how it worked. I like this one better. I've made my own light box, but I gotta make another one because it's light box isn't that. I don't use light boxes that much. If you guys ever see my pictures, for the most part, you'll notice that they're pretty much just outside somewhere. You know, most people have either a very white background or a very black background. Most of the time, everybody's just doing black backgrounds, but I usually just find a cool rock I like, set my RDA up on it, and start shooting. So these are the coils from tonight, and these are the coils I gotta mount. Well, actually, the one I have to finish still, but I showed these the other day. What would what amount to? The naked 4 wrap would ohm out at about a 0.08, 0.07 even. And the build from the night, these are going to be about a 0.07 because I used all stainless ribbon. 3mm inside diameter. Yeah, see, I was using this paper for inside of a light box, but the shine is no good. I need construction paper that doesn't have a shine, because this shine, it does, like, that's another thing about taking pictures, is you gotta understand what's good. Like, something that's gonna, if you have something in your light box that's gonna shine, it's gonna mess up your pictures. Even some RDAs, like if the light's shining off them the wrong way, that could put shine in your lens. It just makes a bad picture. I think lots of people use like fabric. I'm not quite sure exactly what kind of fabric. I know somebody told me before. Yeah, I do that. Yep, I'll go in and I'll darken a background. Usually, even if you have a black background, the light that you're using will make it lighter. So you have to go in and darken the background up in an editing program. Or you could like drop the exposure on your camera. Alright, I'm almost 2 hours in. I'm going to cut it off in a minute. I'm at 1:59. I'd like to make this a 2-hour video. But, I'm actually planning on coming back on sometime. Either Sunday or Monday. Probably Monday. But yeah, there's about 30 seconds left and I'm gonna get out of here. But thanks. Don't forget, if you're not in the giveaway, you want to get into it, just go over to the mask RDA video I have up from 2 weeks ago. And in the beginning of the video, it'll tell you how to just start off getting into it. Drawings next. Drawings a week from now. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, and if not Monday, definitely Tuesday I'll be on. we'll get all the rest of the giveaway stuff away. And that'll be the last video before the drawing. And that's it. Take it easy, enjoy your holiday, and be safe.